Red Devils 29, Hull FC 22. If you like your rugby fast, if you like free-flowing rugby league that goes out to the edges, well, this was the game for you, wasn't it? And the travesty that less than 5,000 people were at the AJ Bell to witness another brilliant game. Of course, the Challenge Cup match last week against Salford and Huddersfield was one not to be missed. And here was another absolute belter. We really do need to be attracting more Salford fans to the AJ Bell so they can watch what, quite frankly, is a superb side. And it started so well again for Hull. Jake Clifford in the groove. I mean, really, the halfbacks in this one and the fullbacks played a pivotal role for both teams, and it was a great, great spectacle. Clifford's first try was a thing of absolute beauty, another great one. I mean, these two sides this year, they have scored some spectacular efforts, and this was another one that was right out of the very top draw indeed. And of course, in response, it had to be, didn't it? Tyler Dupree. I mean, where's he going to be? Where's he going to go? Rumours that a £200,000 transfer fee has been offered by the Wigan Warriors. Hull KR in the mix, and rumours this week that maybe, just maybe, the Warrington Wolves are keeping tabs on the situation as well. So lots of doubt over Tyler Dupree's long-term future, but boy, didn't he take his stride very, very well indeed. Now, I've talked about the halves. Let's really compare and contrast there. Clifford had a great game, a try and assist, 72 metres. He did 2 tackle busts on the day. 3 from 2. Neither him nor SNEYD, a perfect kicking ratio from the conversion piece. Truman, rising to the challenge now at Hull FC, a try and an assist for him as well. He looked the part in this game. Brodie Croft with 2 assists, one that lovely little delicate little grubber kick through for Dion Cross. That was a lovely moment, wasn't it? And then, of course, the long sweeping, looping ball, Lachlan Lamb-esque over to Kensio, who's been quiet this year by his standards, it has to be said. Maybe this will now, just rejuvenate his season and kickstart him for the rest of the campaign. The fullbacks, decent, 174 metres for Tex Hoy in this one. Of course, Braley, that planned move with Mark SNEYD, the long kick downfield. You'll see it at the end in the sheds. And of course, then it was a foot race between him and Hoy, and Braley took the try really, really well. But of course, this game was all about Mark SNEYD, and we saw it earlier in the season at the MKM. He loves playing against his former employers, doesn't he? He took his try well. He had 2 assists in this game. Of course, a cheeky drop goal. He kicked 4 out of 6 attempts. This was all about Mark SNEYD. Yet again, SNEYD loves playing against the Salford Red Devils. But of course, the final laugh went to Salford, 29-22 winners. It was a great, great game of rugby league. Really enjoyed it. Fantastic. Shame that there was issues, I believe, with the live stream. That's a shame, of course, the second time it's been streamed now. The RFL Rugby League streaming platforms, they need to get better at that. There was a lot of complaints in and around the game with regards to that. And, this is something I think for all of the TV channels of rugby league, really. I mean, surely IMG are going to allow sides to stream the games if they're not on Sky. I think that has to be as part of what happens during these IMG discussions. Clubs should be able to stream games live if they're not being shown live on Sky, BBC, or French TV, whatever it may be, Channel 4, because it's an opportunity to grow the game. It's an opportunity to get more people watching, online, and I think that's a really important thing to do. We've seen that a lot of over social media, the live games, whether they've been streamed, they've all got their own TV channels. They show the games on delay, because those are the rules of engagement where Sky are concerned, and the fans are crying out, if the team isn't on, let it be streamed. And, if we're going to do that, then the technology needs to be right as well. Well, that's enough said about that. This was a brilliant game of rugby league. Congratulations to Salford. This was a real interesting battle. Hull came into this game in great, great form, didn't they? I think it was something like 4 on the bounce. I'm just going to check that stat now for you. No, it would have been 4 on the bounce had they have won this one in Super League. So, like I say, 3 from 3. They were looking good, and they were looking good in this game as well. As for Salford, they've been a bit up and down, of course, over recent times. They lost the last time out against St Helens, but they've had a decent May, to be fair to Salford. Of course, Salford go on now to Magic Weekend, a really tough one, going and taking on the neighbours of Hull FC, of course, taking on KR. That'll be a really difficult challenge, and we know that Hull are taking on the Warrington Wolves at Magic. So these two teams going on, 6 points now separates Hull FC from the playoff places. Is that too much? I think it is. I think the likes of Leeds, Salford, we know Saints are going to get into the top 6 by the end of the season. I just don't see how they're going to be able to claw that back. I think the best that Hull FC could hope for is maybe seventh. I don't know. You tell me, black and white fans, if you agree with that or not. But all I can say is, if you haven't seen the highlights for this game, go and watch them. Some phenomenal, phenomenal tries. You will not be disappointed. A little bit of everything in this one in terms of the way in which the tries were scored. It was a tremendous feast for the eyes. It really was. We've got to find a way, Salford, of getting more people into the AJ Bell, because quite frankly, this one was a humdinger and deserved at least 10,000 eyes, or pairs of eyes, should I say, watching this one. So there you go. In the Shed's done for another episode. 29 points to 22 going to the Salford Red Devils. Congratulations to Paul Rowley and his men. I'll see you next time.